How's it going, West Texas? I'm here now with that full forecast. We're still seeing some good old heat right now. The sun is just going down, so we're losing the last couple bits of light as we get over the next hour or so. 95 degrees right now here in San Angelo, but surprisingly, 89 degrees already in Abilene, as well as up here in Roby. A couple places actually seeing the 80s already. Looks like as low as 87 here in Sweetwater and Eastland, and Breckenridge taking the cake at 83 degrees. So some much cooler conditions right now in the Big Country than we're seeing in the Concho Valley. That could be due to some of the rain that we saw pass through the area. So over these next couple of hours, though, things are going to start to even out a little bit more when we look at the lows for tonight, just about in the 70s for everywhere, except for Breckenridge sitting here at 80 degrees. So seems like they only have a couple more degrees to go until they're done for the night, but seen as high as 79 here in Albany and Abilene, 78 degrees in Baird, but still cooler down here in the Concho Valley, 76 degrees here in San Angelo, but 74 here in El Dorado and Ozona. So we're still getting those winds coming out of the south, so just that slightly cooler air down here in the Concho Valley. But we got a lot going on this weekend, starting with Wild West Fest here in San Angelo. It's going to be all weekend long. Saturday, you're going to have those mostly clear conditions. It's still going to be hot by the time things get started. And Sunday, still mostly clear, but we'll see a more consistent 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts for the day. Of course, there's events and performances happening all over downtown, but the main event and the main festival is going to be at the River Stage. And so doors open at 6 p.m. The music starts at 7. So if you're going, have a good time. But up there in Abilene, I didn't forget about you guys. Y'all have music in the park tomorrow happening at 7:45. The sun will be setting around that time, so it'll be 96 degrees and it'll be on its way to cooling down, and sunset is only an hour later, so you guys have some pretty great conditions for your Saturday night as well. And going through your entire weekend, hour by hour, you're going to really start to see those tough temperatures as we get into the late afternoon, pretty much right before all these festivals get started. So you see we hit 101 around 4 p.m. and same thing on Sunday, 102 by 4 p.m. So if you're going to do anything activities before you get there, maybe do them in the morning if you can handle it, or if you're going to be out in the afternoon, just make sure you're finding shade and staying hydrated. And so as we wrap up July and look towards the beginning of August, literally on Monday, it seems like our weather is not really going to be changing that much. Your 6 to 10 day outlook is still going to be very, very warm. We have that high chance of being above normal along with the eastern 2/3 of the state. And looks like we might actually stay about normal when it comes to precipitation, but I think normal right now is still dry. So not exactly the best news we could get, but your 7-day forecast overall looks like a pretty good one. We're going to be pretty consistent between 100 and 101 degrees. Temperatures are plateauing as we get through this week or so. Cloudy skies a little bit when we get into Sunday, but will clear up by the time we start next work week.